Hi guys, Matt Hancock's here and welcome to your first video which is on goal setting and cellular health. So at this stage in the program you would have your cleanse protocol and you'll have your nutritional workbooks, and hopefully you've started to read through them and you're on day one and you've started your wind down. So although there's a lot of information in your books about cellular health, we wanted to obviously clear everything up so that you know exactly what you're doing and why, and then give you some great goal setting tools to get you started and on your way for your weight loss targets. So when we're talking about cellular health, okay, what we've got to understand is that we as human beings, we're 50 trillion cells, okay? So the Elevate diet has been developed through years of experience and research, and essentially what we've come to realise is that your overall health is a direct reflection of the health of your cells. So your cells do exactly the same as what we do as human beings, yes? So they reproduce, they respire, and through basically the environment we live in, whichever way you look at it, has changed significantly throughout the years. Also on a daily basis, we're now bombarded with toxins. This is from food, so pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, additives, bad fats, too much salt, drugs found in livestock and growth hormones. All these things are toxins which play havoc with our bodies. But also, we're going to go into it in more detail, but it's also in household products, in plastics, in air pollution, and this has a significant effect on our overall health and, stopping our weight loss progress, if you like. So what happens is that, your cells require a constant supply of high quality nutrients. And that's both macronutrients, which is fats, protein and carbohydrates, which we use for energy, and micronutrients, which is water, vitamins and minerals, in order to function. And if we fail to give them the quality, or the quantity and the quality that they need, quite simply the health of the cells become compromised. And when enough cells in an organ become compromised, the organ itself becomes compromised. Okay, so if the health of the cell becomes compromised, the health of the tissues become compromised, the health of the organs therefore become compromised, and you become compromised. Okay, so when we're talking about being compromised, it affects us to the degree that our function deteriorates, and as humans we become sick. Okay, so it's both as simple and as complex as that. It makes a great deal of sense really that your overall health is a direct reflection of the health of your cells. So therefore, if we can target our health from a cellular level, then we're going to improve the health of our tissues, which will improve the health of our organs, which will improve the health of our bodies. Okay, so healthy cells make healthy organs, tissues make healthy organs, which makes for a healthy body. So rather than just looking straight at this, we want to go to the root of the problem and improve the health of our cells. And that's basically what all our research has been focused on when developing this diet that you're going to be on for the next 28 days, and then hopefully sticking to for 80-90% of your time. So the whole thing with food, right, is that it's chemical, okay? Emotional issues, basically, and biochemical issues. So we have an emotional attachment with food, and food itself is a chemical. So these two things combined can cause us to make the wrong choices. All right. So what we want to try and do is change the cellular disposition. So food, therefore, will not be seen as a drug. So food won't become a drug. You'll start to think of food more in terms of the nutrition that it's given you and how it supports the body. All right. So you know, whether you're on this course and you can admit to have maybe being mildly or compulsively addicted to food, what we tend to find is that if we have mood swings, you know, food is often a key trigger. Whether the food or drink that we have causes an emotional change, or whether an emotional change then basically reflects our food choices. Either way, it's biochemical imbalances, and unless this is kind of looked at in a serious way, then the problem will just continue, and the problem with food and your mood swings will well, not necessarily mood swings, but your problem and your attachment to food, should I say, will not be corrected. So what we want to do is we want to upgrade our food choices. Okay, we want to supply our body with the correct supplementation, because and you'll find out through this course that, you know, we do need, even if we eat organic, we do need to supply our bodies with healthy supplementation as well, because your body just cannot get the nutrients, the micronutrients that it needs from just eating, you know, 3-4 meals a day. So you know, what we're going to do is look at upgrading your food choices and supplementation. Instead of looking, we're not even going to look at calorie control and portion sizes. We're literally just going to break free of this food obsession by eating for health and boosting your health. So we're going to be exploring the underlying health challenges, yeah? So, you know, how we metabolize sugar, the effects the blood sugar has on weight loss, the effects poor digestive health has on weight loss. Now, and that's why it's so different to perhaps some other diets that are in the industry, in the mainstream, and perhaps even that you've tried before, okay? Because most diets will focus on food, and what they should be doing is focusing on health. Because if you focus on health, not only will the results be more significant, but they'll be long term, they'll be more sustainable, and so you will not get into that trap of yo-yo dieting. Okay, so it sounds all scientific, but it's all done for you guys, so you can just do as I say, and everything will be fine. So basically, I want to just kind of highlight really our body and the fact that it's permanently under assault from toxins. Okay, and it's this toxic insult that is causing us to find not only to store fat and to have problems with increasing our weight, but also, you know, when we're trying to lose weight, why it's so bloody difficult. Okay, so if we can look at the toxic insult and kind of address that, then you're going to find that the weight is just going to fall off you, and that is exactly what we're going to do on this program. So first off, I'd like to just clear up what a toxin is. Okay, yes, I've highlighted that it's you know, it's perhaps in intensive farming methods and fungicides and pesticides, etc., etc. But you know, there are other things that are creating and irritating your bodies and causing kind of harmful effect within and inflammation within your body. So we need to look at these and address them. So yes, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, drugs, chemicals, air, water pollution, radiation, obviously nicotine. We've got also bacteria, so bad bacteria, yes, yeasts and parasites, and also stress. Okay, emotional stress is a toxin because it harms the body in a way of cellular insult. Okay. Diet. Then we need to look at diet, because obviously diet high in sugar, salt, hydrogenated fats or junk food, you know, food additives, all these things obviously are what we would call toxins, because they are harmful to our body. They're harmful to our body all the way down to cellular level. Okay, so that means that's basically why we refer to it as a toxin. Plastics, bottles, cling film, packaging, toys, bags, all these will leach toxins into the body. So I'm not going to ask you to get rid of all plastic bottles. I'm literally, all I want to do here is just highlight that toxins are in these products that are around us all the time, and this is the reason why we need to address it. Okay, toiletries, makeup, shampoo, shower gels, hair products, hair dye, all these things are loaded with toxins, which are playing havoc with your bodies. The same as household cleaners. And air pollution, okay? It's pesticide drift, for obviously car fumes, fossil fuel power, all this stuff is harmful to you, it's harmful to your loved ones, okay? So it's important that you're on this program to really understand what it's doing to your body and what it's doing to, the body of your children, because it's doing exactly the same thing to them as it is to you. And if we look at the obesity levels and the weight issues and diabetes issues that we have in the UK now, the majority of this is food and lifestyle habits, and we're going to pass those down to our children. And what we want to do is we want to kind of understand it now so that we don't, and so that we can protect them from having illness in the future. Okay. One of the biggest things is the evolution of farming practices, alright? So, yes, we've always got to go free range. Don't even think about going for batteries, but definitely go free range. Because when you see the state of our sort of battery farms, that all these chickens will be injected with steroids, and to protect them basically, because if one of them gets infected, they're all going to get infected, so therefore they just all get injected, and that means that you are eating it, so you're not just eating a nice healthy egg. You're tending to intake a lot more than that, and stuff that you really do not want, and you wouldn't be asking for antibiotics or steroids that are being thrown into cows and chickens to be applied to your foods, or be injected in your foods when you get served at a restaurant, for instance. So it's important that you understand that you should be having free range only. Okay. Farming practices, obviously intensive farming practices now means that because we have we want food on demand, we no longer is things really in season, we've got it all year round because we can get it from anywhere in the country, and it needs to be preserved for longer, so it's sprayed more. The average apple, guys, even if you're eating healthy food, so like fruits, a healthy apple, for instance, is sprayed on average 8 times before it hits the supermarket shelf. Okay, so not great. What happens is that the combination of these enzyme inhibitors, artificial flavourings, artificial colours, pesticides, they all mount up, and on average we're consuming about 2 to 3 pounds of additives a year, and that's the average person. So some more, some less, but that's the average, which is quite considerable, really. Now, I know that some of you may be looking at this and thinking, well, why do we need to detoxify? Because the body does have its own perfectly good detoxification system. Okay, and it does have an amazing detoxification pathway, including the liver, the kidneys, the colon, and the skin. And each of these, they happen independent of our thought, and yes, they work really well, and they're amazing organs that are great at taking all matter of toxic insult out of the body. Okay, but what happens is that they only work when the body is clean and not overly burdened by modern toxic insult. What I mean by that is that, on a body that's already been overburdened, like what we've just been explaining here, and on a body that's already in cellular and even organ breakdown, because don't forget, if it's having a problem with our bodies, therefore it's going to have problems with our organs, Therefore, it's going to have probably with our tissues and down to a cellular level. So what happens is your body becomes sick. Okay, so therefore your waste disposal pathways. So you're talking about your liver, your colon, your kidneys, etc. These are organs, and so they won't be working as they should because of the toxic, because of this chemical cocktail that we've now got in our bodies. So every new toxin that is then added to this internal environment, it just basically creates a build-up of toxins that will soon overwhelm every organ that is designed to deal with them. And then it just doesn't do its job properly, and then we become ill, we become overweight, we become sick. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we can rid ourselves of these toxins and keep ourselves relatively clean, keep ourselves as healthy as possible, and get that body functioning in the way that it should do. So this combination, household cleaners, pesticides, plastics, air pollution, too much sugar, poor diet in general, chemicals in water, toiletries, it all causes for us to be sick. And if we're sick, we will put on weight, and I'll explain that in more detail in a second. So basically, most health issues are a result of two very interconnected problems. So we have nutritional deficiency, so we're talking a poor diet, a diet of convenience food, a diet based on taste rather than health, and then toxic overload. And these two things together cause us to be ill. All right, cause for ill health, cause for the state that a lot of us are in today. So what we've come up with is a diet that looks at both of these. So it improves your the nutrient content of your food that you're consuming, and it also gets rid of any toxic insult that you may have. So it's a combination of the two things that are going to improve your health. So quite simply, the elimination diet. The elimination diet is a return to eating foods in a state they're supposed to be eaten, in a way that supports optimal health, and in a way that makes you look, feel, and perform at your very best. Okay, and it's different. Although it's got the word diet in it, it will be different from any diet that you may have done before. So if we look at the difference between dieting at the top here and cleansing, this will kind of, hopefully, you'll get a clear indicator of why we do cleanse instead of diet, and the reasons behind it. So if you take a body that's kind of overweight here, and it's got toxic overload as well, because we know that every single human being has got toxic overload just from the environment we now live in. When we diet, we diet by sort of limiting our calories and limiting the nutrients that we actually give our body. The diet food recommended by most diets on the market are so bad that they're not actually giving your body any of the nutrients that it really, really needs. And so what happens is, yes, we become a lot slimmer because we're on a calorie controlled diet, but you get a much, much higher concentration of toxins because you've not addressed the toxic problem. What happens then is that your body will go into emergency fat production because the toxins are stored in the cell membrane of our fat cells. Okay, so the fat cells will absorb the toxins, therefore protecting our nervous system and protecting our immune system and protecting our body. So what you get, because you've got a higher concentration of toxins when you're nice and slim, your body goes into fat production, and then you get a massive rebound effect, and you will put the weight on that you'd already lost, and more often than not, you actually put more weight on than you actually lost. Okay. Now cleansing is completely different because you have the same body in the same condition, but you cleanse whilst giving the body the nutrients that it needs to succeed. So you'll lose the weight, because you're supplying all the macro and micronutrients your body wants. You're eliminating the toxins, so therefore there's absolutely no rebound effect. And so what it means is that yes, you'll lose weight, but you'll maintain that weight, okay, and you won't rebound. You just need to stick to it 80-90% of the time once you've got your desired weight. Whereas here, unless you're, it's very unlikely that you're actually going to get any sort of sustainable weight loss. You'll put the weight back on, you'll go back to the diet, do it again because it worked for you last time, so you think in your head because you lost the weight, you'll go back and it'll do exactly the same. So whether you're going for, for Weight Watchers, Lighter Life, Slimming World, it's always going to do this circle, this cycle here, whereas cleansing, you'll not have that at all. Okay, so as I said, the elimination diet is simply a return to eating foods in a state they're supposed to be eaten, and in a way that supports optimal health, in a way that makes you look, feel and perform at your very best. Now, that is the diet we've got you on now, and quite simply you're going to feel amazing. Probably before the end of the second week, you're going to notice a massive change in your health and how you feel in general. So, moving on, I just want to talk to you about the detoxification system and what organs are involved. So basically you've got your intestinal health, so your intestinal system. That includes your small intestine, your large intestine, but it also includes your stomach, your esophagus. Okay, so mainly your stomach, your intestines, your liver, your lymphatic system, your respiratory system, so your lungs, and your skin. So your skin will feel much clearer. You'll look much more youthful. You actually look a lot younger when you cleanse your system. So through detoxification, then what we're going to do is that we're going to clear and filter out all those toxins and waste that give your body the right conditions so that it works effectively and efficiently. Therefore, your toxins will either be neutralized, transformed, okay, and used somewhere else, or completely eliminated. So signs and symptoms of toxicity. Now, sometimes when you feel sluggish and a bit flu-like and a bit run down, and we think we're getting, we're going to get run down with a cold or whatever. Most of the time these are just signs of toxins, a bit of toxic overload. And if you just looked at your diet a little bit and went a little bit more clean, you'd probably find that things would clear up pretty quickly. So signs and symptoms include, such things as headache, backache, joint pain, immune weakness, fatigue, obviously frequent colds if your immune system's run down, mood changes, constipation, so any problems with your digestive health, so constipation, diarrhea as well, and skin problems, maybe rashes or eczema. All these things are signs of toxicity, alright? So you might have boils, eczema, allergies, asthma, obviously weight gain. We're looking to shed some weight pretty quick for you guys, so you're on this course mainly because you want to lose some weight. But all these other things we're going to help with, alright, by doing this program. So there's other things like Parkinson's disease, gallstones, infertility. All these things can be related to toxicity, believe it or not. So the benefits of detoxing, then, you're going to prevent disease because you're going to create more of an alkaline system, less inflammation within your body. You're going to reduce symptoms of disease. You're going to give organs a nice rest, so they'll function much better. You're going to feel absolutely rejuvenated and full of energy. You have much clearer skin. You're going to slow the aging process. You're going to get much better sleep, less stress, more clarity of thought, more motivation, Obviously, if you're trying for a baby, this is an amazing thing to do beforehand because it improves fertility. And for, the most important thing for you guys on this course is weight loss. You're going to get sustainable weight loss because what happens is that if you clear your body of toxins, then it's going to release the fat, and that's what we're after. Okay, so how do we do it then? You can do a cleanse in a couple of ways. I mean, some people go and they'll opt for the tube up the backside and squirt it with water and have a good clean out. But for me, that's not ideal, and so we make it nice and simple for you. And obviously in your packs that we're included in the course, what you've got is your elimination diet, your cleanse protocol. So essentially what we've got is I want you to wind down with your food for 4 days and then start on this healthy starter pack. That's just so that you don't get as many side effects. For instance, if you were drinking kind of 10 to 15 cups of tea or coffee a day and then you went straight into this cleanse, you'd find that you would have a really bad headache from it. So whereas if you wind down the caffeine, then start taking the pack, then you might have a little headache for maybe a few hours, but if you at least you're not going to get it for days. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 5 tablets 3 times a day for 10 days. It's as simple as that. Loads and loads of fluid, and you'll take it with your meal 3 times a day. The liquid chlorophyll here you want to be taking, I think in my book I've recommended 5 mils twice a day, but take it as often as you want. You can't overload on liquid chlorophyll. It's magnificent. It's a nice fresh minty taste. Gives your body, it makes you feel like you've got more energy. Actually gives your body more energy because it cleans your blood and helps the oxygenated blood get through your system much quicker. So those are the two that you'll continue with this until you finish the bottle, and it's my highly recommended that you continue taking this forever. Okay, it's an amazing product. It's only about £9, so it doesn't really cost anything, and it will last you forever. Last you a very long time. Then when you finish taking your healthy starter pack for 10 days, you're going to then take the probiotic. The probiotic is just full of healthy bacteria that gets into your gut and obviously helps the whole function of digestion. So it gives your body and gives your digestive health the kind of healthy micronutrients and healthy bacteria that it needs, and they works really well with the enzymes in the food to help with the digestive process. Okay. So to sum up then, cellular health, you have the fat cell here and the cell membrane, and this is where all the poisons and toxins and chemicals and pollution are all stored. Okay, so if we can release the toxins, then then the fat cell no longer needs to be there, and so your body will just release the fat. Okay, which is fantastic, and it's the whole reason why we're doing this. You can do a cleanse program up to 4 times a year, but we advise you to definitely, even when you're in good health, to be taking a cleanse once or twice a year. I take them twice a year, and it just keeps my body functioning how I want it to. It's amazing. Since I started doing this a couple of years ago, I will not look back now, and I'll make sure that I clean my body out. It just helps me function much better. You notice such a big difference with doing that. The other thing we need to be doing is obviously eliminating the fat triggering foods. So we're going to go into these in more detail now, what we're going to eliminate, what we're going to add, and this is going to obviously help the nutritional micro and macronutrients that are going to support your body. So we've dealt with the toxins, now we're going to deal with the nutrition. So first and foremost then, I want you to eliminate wheat and gluten. So wheat contains gluten, basically, which when wet is sticky. It's a sticky glue-like substance, which often plays havoc with the digestion and absorption of nutrients. Okay. If you can imagine when we used to make, when we were at school and we made paper maches, you'd make this amazing volcano out of paper, and you'd use a paste to stick it all together. And that paste was made from flour and water. And that's exactly what gluten is. Okay, it's flour and water. So you can imagine how it binds that paper and makes your amazing volcano paper mache. That's what it's doing to your insides. Okay, it's just gluing everything together. It's making you feel very, very sluggish. It's getting you bloated and uncomfortable. It encourages the growth of unfriendly bacteria. All right, and they're responsible for producing toxic substances and gas or flatulence. So constipation, diarrhea, bloatedness, indigestion, flatulence, wind, these are all problems that can benefit with the removal of wheat and gluten. So wheat is one of the most common foods to which people become allergic. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, I've been eating bread forever and a day," and you won't know how much it's affecting you until you take it out of your diet. And then when you bring it back in, you'll get if you do have a problem with it, you'll get a massive reaction. You'll get bloated and uncomfortable. Yeah, it can make an individual feel tired, irritable, depressed, as well as sort of aggravating other diseases such as arthritis, psoriasis, eczema. And because, like I say, most people eat wheat, so often the body adapts and copes, and they're unaware that it doesn't agree with them until it's removed. So once it's removed from the diet, most individuals will notice tremendous improvements in their health and well-being. And so this is something that I think you guys are going to get out of it. So I have given you some alternatives to wheat with rye and spelt bread, which are great alternatives, but you must note they do have a bit gluten in. So if you want to go completely gluten free, then eliminate all breads while you're doing the 10-day cleanse. But if you really must have the bread, then go for rye and spelt bread. Okay. Moving on. Dairy. So some of you may be amazed to see that we've taken dairy off. Now, really it's just cow's milk and cheese that we're talking about at this moment in time. You can have eggs and buy Greek natural yogurt is fine. But everything else wants to be eliminated. It has the thing with dairy, right? Well, with cow's milk, is it has an image of being the perfect food, okay? But it's only perfect when fed from the mother to her infant. Okay, a young child eventually loses the enzyme necessary to digest milk, and after this stage, milk becomes acid and mucus forming and capable of upsetting normal bowel flora, the nutrients. And preventing the absorption of vitamins and minerals. So it's actually very, very common to develop allergies to milk, and become lactose intolerant. And you're, again, just like the wheat, really, you're unaware until the milk is removed from the diet of how bad it's affecting your body. So if our diet and absorption are improved, we can often live more healthy without milk. This can be seen in many sort of tribal communities around the world where milk and milk products are not even consumed, yet the children grow well. So you don't need milk to grow. And the actual fact that you need magnesium as well as calcium for it to be absorbed sufficiently, and there's no magnesium in cow's milk. And because we don't have the enzymes to kind of absorb the milk, absorb the nutrients in the milk, then what often happens is that it will strip the bone of calcium rather than providing the body with calcium. So there is an article that I've written on milk on my website, elevateme.co.uk. If you have a look on that, then it gives you much more detail about why we've eliminated cow's milk. I strongly suggest you do this for life, not just on this 10-day cleanse. And just put almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk in instead. If you must have milk, they're the much better alternatives for you. Okay, so I think what you must understand is that if it's stripping your bone of calcium, you're getting diseases or encouraging diseases such as arthritis and osteoporosis. Green leafy veg, especially kale, and nuts and seeds, they contain calcium and magnesium, and so if you're having these, you're supplying your body what it needs anyway. So you really don't need cow's milk, despite what we think and what the government will let you believe. Alcohol goes without saying that on a weight loss program, do we need to remove alcohol because it's empty calories. There's no nutrients in it whatsoever. You've also got to you also want to take it out because, as we all know, it is severe toxin. It is also just sugar, so it's going to affect your blood sugar and cause fat storage as well. So it's kind of like a triple hitter, okay? And not only that, we all know that if you have a few drinks, then suddenly a big sloppy pizza becomes much more inviting than mackerel salad, and so our diet just goes absolutely tits up. So if you're concentrating on losing weight, alcohol has got to go. Okay. Processed food goes without saying that we're not going to get any of the nutrients that our body wants from processed food, so you've got to eliminate all that nonsense. And caffeine. Okay, caffeine. Really, it's just running down your adrenal glands. We think that we need it for energy and a bit of a get up and go, but once you have got rid of a lot of the bad food choices and you've given your body what it wants, you won't have any problem getting up with your get up and go at all, and so therefore you won't need as much caffeine. So we definitely want to eliminate it while we're on this program, on this especially the 10-day cleanse, but if you can do it for the full duration, even better. Because really caffeine is just going to keep you wired, and we want to cut that out altogether and use your body's own stimulants instead. Okay, so definitely remove caffeine out of your system. I talk more about this in our blood sugar talk, which is the next video, but just you can see here the kind of things, that the side effects that caffeine has. It causes confusion, anxiety, irritability, nausea, gastric issues, can cause severe diarrhea in a lot of people. Obviously it's going to up your heart rate and can cause cold sweats, that sort of stuff. So it's not great for you at all, and you can quite easily live without it. The other thing we're removing is red meat. Now, yes, we're going to up your protein, but not really by red meat, source of red meat. Red meat is virtually, well, it's not virtually impossible. It's really, really difficult for your body to digest. It puts huge strain on your digestive system, and we want the function. We want to cleanse your system and then get the function of your digestive system to be working optimally. In order to do that, we need to avoid stressing it with big slabs of red meat, which are hard to digest. Okay, again, I'll be talking about this more in video 3 when I'm talking about digestive health, but for now, just trust me that you need to eliminate red meat, and then after this program you can reintroduce it maybe once or twice a week, and that's it, tops. Okay, so that's what you're going to eliminate, and right now you're probably thinking, oh my god, what can I eat? Well, I'm going to run through what we're going to add into your diet, and obviously your nutrition books show you exactly what you can eat, and that there are tons and tons and tons of foods, and which you can create delicious meals, delicious recipes, and you won't have a problem at all. So we're going to add as much clean water as we can. Now, by clean water we mean not tap water. Tap water is full of chlorine and fluoride, and doesn't really give your system the kind of boost that it needs. So you want to be eliminating that, and I'll be talking about that again in the next video, second video, when we're talking about the thyroid gland and metabolism. So just trust me that at this moment in time you want to be having as much filtered water as you can. So it's bottled water, or get a Brita filter and just filter your tap water. That's all you need to be doing at this moment in time. You need to be boosting your protein intake through plant protein, so we're talking quinoa, beans, peas, lentils, chickpeas, all that sort of stuff is going to give your body is going to supply your body with a great source of protein that it needs for its to function and for weight loss. Spirulina is a great source of protein. It's actually blue-green algae, which sounds pretty awful, but it's a fantastic protein source for your body, and I would highly recommend that you get some spirulina. You can purchase spirulina and in a packet form like this, but I just use the capsules and just get it down me that way, because for this it doesn't really taste as it tastes about as good as it looks there. But spirulina is probably one of the best natural plant proteins you can have to really boost your system and boost your weight loss progress. So I'd recommend those highly, and you can just get them from our website, elevatenutrition.co.uk. You also want to be adding lots and lots of good healthy oils into your diet. Okay, good oil. Your body needs good fats to burn fat. All right, it needs fats to function. So stripping your body on low fat diets is not going to work. You need to supply your body with the sort of fats that it needs to function. So healthy virgin olive oil cold on your salads and on your vegetables, and then cook with coconut oil. The reason we do that is because even virgin olive oil at high temperatures will turn into a hydrogenized fat. Coconut oil does not. It can it sort of retain. It will be nice and healthy even at high temperature. So cooking coconut oil and then put olive oil cold on your salads and on your vegetables. Okay, talking about vegetables and fruits, we want to eat them in an abundance. Alright, I would actively encourage that you would have vegetables for at least 3 meals a day. So you're going to be upping your meals and snacks to about 5 to 6 a day, and 3 of those want to have vegetables or salad. Okay, so that's what you want to be concentrating on. Yes, we want to have more fruits, but what you've got to remember is that fruits have a lot of fructose, have a lot of sugar. So at this moment in time, we're not going to talk too much about that. If you go into one of our other courses, or if you're on one of our extended course 12-week programs, we'll talk a lot about the types of fruits you should be having at what time. But right now, I just want you to eat loads of healthy vegetables and fruits. Okay, so this is kind of what your day is going to look like. You're going to have 5 meals a day, 5 to 6 meals a day of balanced nutrition. So you're going to have 40% carbs, 30% protein and 30% fat with every single meal that you have. Alright, so you may think that fruit is a healthy snack, but on its own all it's going to do is whack your blood sugar up and cause you to store fat. So what we want to do is make sure that we've got maybe 3 or 5 almonds or 3 Brazil nuts that we can have with our piece of fruit, which will bring the glycemic index down and stop the insulin spike. Again, this is in video 2. You also need to be concentrating on eating the right foods to supply your body with the vitamins, minerals, essential fats that it needs. Okay, just follow the nutrition pack and you'll be nutrition program, and you'll be all good. You want to make sure that you're having 2 to 3 litres of water today. Now, if you want to be a little bit anal, you can calculate your body weight in kilos, times that by 0.033, and that will tell you exactly how many litres of water a day you should be consuming. Or you can just aim for 2 to 3 litres, and that will do the job sufficiently at this moment in time. The last thing I want you to really be considering with your day is when you go to bed and when you get up. This has a huge impact on your weight loss goals. Okay, your body starts its physical repair at 10:30 of an evening. Now, with you going to be up in your training, which is going to come to you later on, I think it will come to you on day 1 of your program. Would be your exercise program, and it will probably be a little bit more intense than stuff you've done before. And that the reason you'll need therefore is to get in bed by 10:30, so that your body can use all the time it needs to get its adequate amount of repair. Because your body needs to be able to repair for you to lean up, alright? Change your body shape. So physiological repair is kind of 10:30 to 2:30, and you need to be in bed for as many of those 4 hours as you can. Then there's psychological repair, which is 2:30 to 6:30, and I'm hoping that most of you will be in bed at that time. So your psychological repair is pretty well covered, unless you're having sleep issues where you're up and down. But we do your sleep will improve just by doing this program anyway. We do go into sleep in a lot of detail in our longer 12-week program. But again, for this program, don't worry about it. Just get on with the nutrition as it's laid out, and your sleep will improve. Excellent. So that's covered really the cleanse protocol and the nutrition that you're going to be following in good detail now. So I'm sure you understand that. We're going to talk now about your mindset, okay, and getting that right to make sure that you succeed on this journey of yours. So first off, okay, we're going to look at a little bit of a model here, and it's called a beliefs model. Now, what I want you to think about is that everything in life, okay, has an outcome. Absolutely everything. And our emotions and our behaviours are what drive those outcomes. Okay? So our behaviours are what drive our outcome, but this is just really the tip of the iceberg. The most of the iceberg is under the water, and this is where most of the stuff we need to address is lying. So it's our emotions that drive our behaviour, which therefore drive our outcomes. So it's our emotions which will predetermine really whether we succeed or what we do here. So our emotions will effectively drive our outcome. Example, kind of comfort eating or comfort food. So we might be a little bit down, and so therefore we think that chocolate's going to help us out. So we have some chocolate, and our behaviour is to go and eat the chocolate. Our outcome is to feel good for a very small amount of time. Then the next day we hate ourselves for doing it. Okay, so our kind of relationship with food is going to change significantly, and then you'll be picking food. Your food choices will be predetermined by the way it affects your health. So therefore you'll be supplying your body with the kind of nutrients it wants, and the outcome will just be completely different, because you'll be feeling happy, be full of energy, and you'll love your body, and that's the main thing we want to be getting right. So well, you've got to remember that it's our beliefs, okay, our beliefs that create our perceptions and control. So our beliefs allow us to filter information and allow us to kind of filter through what we might want to pay attention to. So information and control feed into our filter system, okay. They feed our emotions, which feed our behaviours, which feed our income. So going deeper than just our emotions is our beliefs. So if our beliefs about what we're doing become really, really important, and our control around those will predetermine our outcomes. So for instance, on this course, our beliefs around food and the nutrition and the importance of nutrition for health will feed our behaviour. So we will eat those good foods, and the outcome will be significant weight loss and happiness. That is it. That's basically as complex and simple as it gets, guys. Your beliefs model is going to completely change in such a short space of time, and you're going to get fantastic results. So we're going to look at this in a little bit more detail now. Just take this a little bit further, if my computer decides that it wants to move on. Okay, so the cognitive model. Basically, okay, so in the middle here, our thinking. This essentially creates our behaviours and our feelings. So what I want you to imagine is two chairs, and joining those two chairs is a plank of wood. Now if I was to ask you to stand up and walk across that plank of wood, I'd imagine that most of you wouldn't have a problem with that. and would be quite happy to just, you know, stand up on the chair, walk across the wood to the other, and step off. But now I want you to imagine that, you know, we've raised that plank of wood 20 meters into the air. How are your thoughts about walking across that now? And some of you may be having, you know, fear, anxiety, nervousness. And these feelings, you can see how these feelings are going to affect our behaviour. So if, you know, we might not actually walk across the plank now. So the outcome at the end is that we haven't walked across and we haven't succeeded in our goal, which is to go from one chair to the other. And that's just because we're a little bit anxious, because we're a little bit higher up. So exploring limiting beliefs, alright, and how they limit us is so important to you obtaining your goals on this little journey of weight loss. Whether it be weight loss or to change your shape, whatever your goals are, then your behaviour and your beliefs become really significant. And so I just want to explore this a little bit further. So, okay, so now hopefully most of you are looking at this picture and know who this guy is at the front here. Okay, and I shouldn't need to tell you, but obviously I'm going to tell you. This is the first man to break the 4-minute mile. His name's Roger Bannister, and the thing that's amazing about this is he didn't have any limiting beliefs. So what I mean by that is thousands of people said it was impossible, but he didn't have the belief system that said it was impossible. He had a belief system and the mindset that said it was possible, and he was going to do what he could to achieve that goal. So his training was completely focused on him achieving and breaking the 4-minute mile. Okay, and he did. He was the first man to break it, and it was an achievable. It was, you know, it's an amazing feat what he's achieved, and nobody can take that away from him. He'll always be known as the guy that broke the 4-minute mile, and what an unbelievable thing that was. But for me, the most remarkable thing is that what it did for other people. Because within 1 year of Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile, it was broken by 47 other athletes, right? Within 1 year. And the reason is because they went out with a different mindset and different beliefs. So they went out with an attitude that said it can be done, because it had already been done by Roger Bannister. So instead of the negative mindset and the negative beliefs holding them back, saying it's never going to be done, they knew it could be done. So therefore they pushed themselves further in their training, perhaps in their nutrition, although it was a long time ago, so maybe not nutrition aspect too much, but they pushed themselves as far as they could, reduced the limiting beliefs, and also achieved the 4-minute mile. And why am I telling you this? And why am I telling you about limiting beliefs? Why am I telling you about behaviours? Why am I telling you about emotions with food? The reason is because at times on this program, okay, you are going to feel like maybe you might want to slip up on your nutrition. Maybe, you can't fit the exercise in. These are limiting beliefs. What you want to remember is that you can fit it in, because other people are doing the course with you and they're fitting it in. Other people have done the course before you and will do it after you, and they will fit it in. So what you've got to do is make sure that you fit your exercise in, you prepare your meals, okay? Because if you don't prepare your meals, you're going to fail straight away, okay? If you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. Alright, you've got to prepare your meals, you've got to prepare your exercise programming, and you do that simply by the journals that I've provided for you. So you plan it all out. Keep your eyes focused firmly on your goal, and you will succeed on this program 100%. I have no doubt. There's not a doubt in my mind about that. So let's talk about goals then in a little bit more detail, okay? Did you ever hear the saying, if you don't know where you're trying to go, you're never going to get there. All right, this is so true on this. I mean, this is true on this plan as it is for travel. Okay. So, how do you know if you've reached your destination if your destination is unclear? You've got to be so clear on what you're trying to achieve. So you'll write down your primary goal, whether that be weight loss or whether that be inches or whatever it might be, on this for this 21 day or 28 day or 12-week program. Then you'll work back from that so that you know what your goals are each day in order to achieve that goal. Okay? A goal is quite simply a dream with a plan. So you have a dream and your primary goal is to be a certain weight or a certain figure. Okay? And all you've got to do is plan that out. So what I want you to do now is just take a moment to write down your plan. Okay, write down your goal, and then work back to what you've got to do in order to succeed in achieving that goal. Okay. So you're going to set that outcome goal and say it as if you've already achieved it. What I mean by that is you're going to write down what your primary goal is. You're going to write down when you're going to achieve that by, and then you're going to write down why you want to be. If it's the weight, why you want to be at that weight by this date, or if it's a certain figure, why you want to look like that. And that's very important. So 3 simple things. I want you to write that down now. Okay? So what's your primary goal? When do you want to achieve it? And why do you want to achieve it? And then I want you to be accountable, guys. I want you to be accountable. I want you to tell people your goal and why. Okay? Tell your loved ones, tell your partner, tell your family, tell your friends. Post it on Facebook. Alright? You've got to make yourself accountable for achieving this. Okay? So you say, I've started my 28-day or 12-week program today with Elevate, and I'm in 28 days or in 12 weeks time, I'm going to be blah blah blah. Okay? Not only does that make you accountable, it makes you accountable, it means that you're going to succeed. And the other thing I want you to do is I want you to post that on our VIP website. Okay, so you want to post it on elevatefatloss.ning.com. Get it posted on there so that everybody on this course knows what each and everyone's goal is. And then we can support you. We become a fantastic support network there where we can push you towards your goal. Okay, you do it on your own, you've got no chance of succeeding. If you want to use the support network that is designed for you and is being put in place. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to remember that everything you do, every single decision you make, either takes you a step closer or a step further away from your goal. Okay? Your goal, which you've just written down, is B. And you're starting at A, which is where you are now. You want to get from A to B. Okay? Now everything you do is going to either get you to closer to A or further away from closer to B, or further away from B. So you'll either progress or you'll regress. Nothing stays the same. Alright? Let's just apply that to your training or weight loss goal. So what's your primary goal? Okay, is it to lose tummy? Is it to drop a dress size? Is it to tone your butt? Is it to lose weight? Whatever that is, okay, whatever your goal, get in your head right now. You've just written it down, so it won't be hard. Okay, get that in your head. Now, whatever you want your body to look like, visualize that physique. Now, I want you to imagine you're standing on a long path that's stretching out before you. Right, go ahead, do it. Just do this with me, okay? So at the end of the path, you see your ideal body. It's fit, it's lean, it's sexy, it's tight, it's felt, okay? Now imagine that every decision you make during your day, so not just the decision to do this course, every decision of every moment of every day regarding your diet, your training program, your lifestyle in general, will cause you to either take one step closer to your ideal physique or one step further away. Every single daily decision, every minute of every day, everything you do will make you slimmer or fatter. Okay? Now it's down to you. Let's break that down a little bit. Okay? That meal you just ate, did it take you one step forward or one step backward? What about your last scheduled workout? Okay? Is that going to take you? Did that take you a step towards or a step back? I.e., did you skip it or did you do it? What about the liquid you chose to drink this weekend? All right, did that take you closer or further away? Did you get to bed before 10:30? Did you choose to lie in bed an extra 20 minutes rather than get up and do one of your hip workouts? Right this second, how's your posture sitting in that chair, listening to me babble on about goals? Okay, negative actions or behaviours, even small ones, they will accumulate into regression. You get fatter, weaker, less energetic and sick. Positive actions or behaviours, even small ones, accumulate into progression. You get, you'll boost your metabolism, you'll get leaner, stronger, smarter and healthier. Alright? Now I'm not trying to turn you into, an anal retentive OCD sufferer with this. All I want you to do is be clear on your goal, visualise your goal, be accountable for your goal, and you will succeed. If you don't do any of those, then you're not going to succeed what you want. Alright? With this in mind, move forward and let's get going with it. So, your current situation. I want you to write down what your current situation is, okay? So, what's preventing you from having your goal right now? That goal you've just written down. What's preventing you right now from being there? And where is it that your current situation is in relation to your goal? So how far away is that A from B? Okay, so what's preventing you and where is the current situation in relation to your goal? You need to write that down. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a minute to write that down. You then need to know the solution, okay? Know the price of you achieving this goal. So, what do you need to do to get yourself from where you are now to where you want to go? Right? There's no secrets. You know what you know what to do, you just haven't done it yet. Okay? Who do you surround yourself with? So what support will you need? Right? Friends are always experts on weight loss, right? That they will try and sabotage your progress. Okay, with the kind of, oh, go on, one glass of wine won't hurt you, or go on a night off, a day off on your exercise won't kill you. These type of things will sabotage your progress because they will regress you from getting from where you want to go to. So you need people on your side, okay? You need family and loved ones to know what you're doing, and you need their support. Okay? Get your priorities right. You will either have an awesome result or another excuse. You cannot have both. Alright? So you need to know what time, resources you're prepared to put in to get there. So if you're going to do your nutrition, you're going to organise your food before you go to work, you're going to write in your journal, you need to know these things. You need to know what support you need. Now we give you a fantastic support network, but you've got to use them. Sign up to elevatefatloss.ning.com straight away. Sign up and like our 21-day Fat Flush Facebook page, and you will get so many more resources than these videos to help you through. Okay, there's articles, other people doing the course. You're going to have that network of people that you need. I also want you to know how you're going to reward yourself when you accomplish your goal. I want you to pick something other than a food or drink, okay? The best thing to reward yourself with is going down a size in dress size. So pick a nice dress or a nice coat or whatever it might be that you really want to have. Get your eye on it, try it on, and then go for a size smaller. Within 4 weeks you'll be a size smaller. So that's what you want to try and reward yourself. Give yourself little rewards along your way. Alright, we don't want to do a lifestyle analysis on this one at this moment in time, so I'm just going to sum up. So basically, if I want you to remember these things. If it was easy, everyone would have a flat stomach. Okay? If it was easy, everyone would have a flat stomach. Winners do what losers are not willing to do. Okay? Just do what those around you that have failed have not done. So literally follow this plan to the letter. A goal is just a dream with a plan. Remember that, guys. Plan out your dream body weight and your dream figure, and then write a plan of how you're going to get there. A step-by-step plan. Just work from the goal back to where you are now, and that's your plan, and that's how you're going to achieve it. Every single journey begins with taking just one small step. You have made that step by signing up for this course. Now continue to take each and every step until you reach your goal. Okay, so just continue walking till you reach your goal. I trust that you guys are going to be going to have magnificent figures, magnificent physiques by the end of this program. Good luck with it. I hope you found this video interesting. Let's get going with it. Video 2 will be up next week. Cheers guys, bye bye.